after that rousing, entertaining performance from both Fernandes and United yesterday, United fans have to worry about the possibility of their captain feeling a little bit unsettled at the club. What exactly has he had to say?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jess. I mean, I think this is the last thing anyone connected with Manchester United wanted to see, wanted to read today after, as you mentioned, what was, a performance, a result, that felt quite positive in the end, that 4-4 draw with Bournemouth yesterday evening. Now, Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes, he has had some explosive things to say, talking about feeling not valued by his club. It is valued. What values me most has to be my club. Although I feel lately that I'm a little on the tightrope, because in England, a player reaches 30 and they think he has to remodel. I decided not to go, not only for family reasons, but because I genuinely liked the club. From the club, I felt if you go, it's not that bad for us. It hurts me a bit. More than hurting, makes me sad. I'm a player who has nothing to point to. I'm always available. I always give the best of me. Very interesting in that sense, Jess. I mean, really talking about his value and not feeling valued, actually. And also you talk about him saying that he's on the other side of 30. Maybe that also points to his change in position, of course. Ruben Amorim has changed that position from a number 10 into midfield this year, bringing in more attacking, more players full of speed, like the likes of Brian Mbeumo and Mateus Cunha. So you wonder if Fernandes is alluding to that as well. We can also look at some quotes where he talks about a potential move to Saudi Arabia in the summer as well. One where Fernandes rejected that move. And he says the passion and empathy for the club were the same, only it gets to a point where money is more important to them than you. The club wanted me to go away. I told the directors that I don't think they had the courage to make that decision because the coach wanted me. But if I said I wanted to leave, even though the coach wanted me to stay, the club would let me. Now, this is really interesting, Jess, when you hear Fernandes talk about the club wanting him to go, because Fernandes actually did an interview in October with the British press ahead of his 300th appearance for Manchester United, and actually said at that point that Ruben Amorim wanted him to stay despite interest from the likes of Saudi Arabia, Al Hilal especially. And he also said in that interview actually that he felt the club wanted him to stay and be part of their project going forward. Now, as we understand it, after these quotes have come out, our sources are telling us that Manchester United are adamant they want their captain to stay at the club. They very much see him as part of their long-term future. And also we understand that the leadership of United have been pretty adamant throughout the summer that Fernandes is not for sale. What I would just caveat all of this with is in that interview in October with the British press, not the Portuguese, but with the British press, he also did say, though, that he won't talk about his future going forward until after next summer's World Cup. So it does raise questions whether Fernandes, whose contract...
Bruno, congratulations. It's the first time in 2 years that Manchester United have won 4 Premier League matches in a row. What is it like to play here at Old Trafford when the crowd are like this?
Oh, it's incredible, We've had moments where we were not great, and it still was like this. Obviously not at the end of the games, and obviously now the energy is different because you win games. When we win games, everything looks brighter, and we're very happy ourselves, but also to give this to the fans.
How have things changed so quickly under Michael Carrick?
This is football. Football changes from one game to another. So I think Michael came in with the right ideas of giving the players the responsibility also, but some freedom to take the responsibility of on the pitch doing the decisions that were needed. It's very good with the words. I think he still remembers what I told him the last time he was our manager for our last game, and I was sure that Michael could be a great manager, and he's just showing it, and we hope that we can help him even more. So everyone can see not just us as players, that we are good players, that's why we are at Man United, but also the staff is very good.
Is it helpful having someone here as the manager that has played for the club, that understands the pressure of playing for Manchester United leading you?
No, I think everyone understands the pressure of playing for this club. If you don't understand, you start to understand very quickly, because this is a massive club and everyone knows the expectations around it. So I don't think that changes, but obviously Michael has won everything here. He knows what it means for these fans, what it means for the club to win. and how much is needed to win in this football club. So I think that adds something special to the team.
Another goal for you and another great performance. You're today's player of the match. Congratulations. Thank you.
And it was a 1-0 for a long time against the 10-men, Barber, so there was a little bit of relief when he made it too.
Yeah, it was, but I don't think...
Cross. That's the thing, is that they're trying to find Sesko in there, and that was it. Bruno just mopped up there, but like it was a good cross in there. Sesko's unlucky.
Yeah, 104th goal for Manchester United. He's picked up the Man of the Match award there. You feel he was closely pushed by Kobbie Mainoo, who consistently... I mean, let's just point something out to everybody. Under Ruben Amorim, all season, 228 Premier League minutes. And he's come in now and played not only every minute, but how difficult is that when you've hardly played to hit the ground running?
Again, this is the quality of Kobbie Mainoo. And we saw that when he got into the team, the England team, and played in the Euros at 18. We know what the quality he's got. Everybody's confused with what was happening with Ruben Amorim.
The fact his first thought is forwards, don't you?
Always, yeah, always. And when I'm watching him today, not only today, but the games he's playing, he's constantly scanning the pitch, constantly scanning where he is, where his teammates are, making that picture in his head where everybody on the pitch is. So he knows exactly when the ball comes, how to play, one touch or two touch. He's very clever, slowing the game when the game needs to be slowed down, draw the opposition towards him and then pass the ball, this way freeing the space in the opposition half. So again, very happy that he stayed, if I can say that, in United, and we are not forced to watch him play for another team, because now we can see how good he really is, and I think he can become even better, of course.
Absolutely.
And in terms of these relationships, obviously they have 3 weeks, so that there's time to work and recover. But Michael Carrick, since that first team selection, has made just one change, and that was enforced because of Dorgu's injury. I mean, how important is that in terms of the message the coaching staff are trying to get across to them there?
It's vitally important in respect to the message. But what the main thing with it is, Steve, is that when you look at the Premier League this season and the way it's going, with Arsenal, with City, with Liverpool, you know, with Villa, now you have to say with Man United, because everybody's saying, which team can put a run together? Which team can put a run together now till the end of the season who's under no pressure? Like you mentioned there, they've got Tottenham, there's no European football they have to worry about. They can just play, train, get ready for the next game with the momentum, Steve. You know, you look at it and you think to yourself, well, it's going to be interesting to see how this finishes up for United.
Yeah. OK, another good day for United and Michael Carrick, not so for Tottenham. Game changed with that red card for the captain, Christian Romero. Here's his goalkeeper, Guillermo Vicario.
It's not been a good week for your captain, Romero. How's he feeling in the dressing room? Have you seen him, spoken to him?
Yeah, of course he's disappointed because he knows that this red card could have been avoidable, and so he apologized. He's our captain today. He made his mistake, but we know the player he is. He's gonna come back for sure stronger, and he's gonna help us massively going throughout the season.
Yeah, you can hear the disappointment.
Exactly.
I mean, his own goalkeeper says it's avoidable, and he's made a mistake.
It was avoidable, of course, and I think he was probably their best player today, right? Saving the shots from United. Of course, everybody with Spurs connection will be disappointed today because, as I said before, the moment they received the red card, the moment where they lost the game, in my opinion, because it was very difficult for them to, you know, in the shape of form United are, to defend, to not concede goals. And now they need to start again and again, like all the time it is, they lack that consistency. In the moments where they need to have it, to stay concentrated in the head. But as I said before, for what we already saw say about Romero, something like this was coming. Yeah. Something like this was coming probably, and it's about he's the leader. The team starts with him, right? And he knows it. And that's why sometimes he affords to be more vocal.
And he's had 9 career red cards for club and country. He's had 2 in the Premier League this season, but according to the key match incident panel, who obviously review these, they say the referee have got 2 wrong and should have had 4. And we're going to show them both now. Here's the first one. At home to...
Half years ago, it was in the January transfer window of 2020, and what a career he's had so far at United. 234 appearances, 79 goals and 67 assists as well. He's won the Player of the Year award at United 3 times already, and he's created more chances than any other Premier League player since he joined Manchester United 4.5 years ago. So brilliant news for United and for Bruno Fernandes. He signed a new contract that will extend his stay at least until 2027.
Sent off. This is the captain of Tottenham. This is the person that they're relying on.
And this is Brentford away, where he got a yellow, and they're saying that's denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. That should have been red as well.
Well, I don't know what Dimmy thinks of this one, but he's had a wild slash. And the thing is that he stopped him from being able to get through onto that ball. So again, you probably could give him. You could have easily given him a red, and this one here is just reckless. A bad challenge.
Goes till the summer of 2027 with a further option of another year. Whether he will still be here next season, maybe worrying for some United fans.
Yeah, definitely, and something for us to keep an eye on over the next 18 months or so, Dan. So I mentioned that rousing, kind of entertaining performance by Manchester United against Bournemouth last night at Old Trafford, but a sense of frustration because for multiple times they did lead that game against the Cherries. Where does that result, that 4-4 draw, leave the manager Ruben Amorim now, do you think?
Yeah, it's very interesting, Jess. Well, first of all, what I will say is, although they didn't get the win and it might be 2 wins in 7 league games, it was a very different performance to the previous 2 home performances at Old Trafford when you compare the draw against West Ham, the loss to Everton against 10 men. And from what I saw, speaking to United fans after the game, I mean, you saw a lot of actual jubilant faces. Yes, disappointed not to get the win, but you have to say at least United were entertaining. They scored great goals. But more importantly, and I think what Amorim will be more pleased about, although he looks disappointed there, is they were much more competitive in their duels defensively as well, winning the ball back quickly. And I think for all the criticism towards Ruben Amorim for being stubborn with his formation, with his tactics, he showed yesterday actually it seemed to be more of a 4-4-2. Maybe you could say that's a bit more fluid, but he clearly changed his system and formation for this game, showing that he is willing to adapt his tactics going forward. So I think that for fans and everyone connected with the club, they'll feel positive about that. I think the only caveat and the only maybe feeling of sadness was seeing how well they were attacking, where they really struggled last season, Jess, is that the likes of Ahmad and Brian Mbeumo, United fans aren't going to see this system maybe at its best, as we saw last night, for a good month, as of course they're going to AFCON. So how Amorim adapts this team, who comes in for the likes of Mbeumo, Šeško is now fit after his knee injury, but who comes in for Ahmad, especially on that right, is going to be very interesting to see what Ruben Amorim does going forward. I mean, they have a huge game against Aston Villa on Sunday, who are flying themselves. So, look, question still for this United team to raise, but I think after yesterday's result and performance, maybe a lot more positive going forward than compared to the last previous weeks.
Himself, because Michael Carrick, who maintains that perfect winning start here in charge of Manchester United, is talking to Jules Breach.
Michael, another win, 4 in a row now. Just how well did your players manage this game today?
Yeah, I thought it was, when it goes to 10 minutes, always a tricky kind of situation, really. And I thought it was quite an open game first half at times. I thought we looked dangerous right from the start of the game, which was really pleasing again. Had a few kind of issues that where I thought Tottenham played some really good football first half, so we had to solve a few things. But going a goal up and with 10 men, I thought the second half we managed it really well and largely in control, always wanting the second goal to come along. And when it did, then that you know, put us in a really good position. So it was nice, and it was nice to get the players on the pitch. And it was young Tyler coming on for his first game. You know, it's all in all, it was a really positive day.
You told us at half-time that Johnny Evans was your new set-piece coach here. How did that all come about?
I wouldn't say set-piece coach. I think it's just Johnny's got an eye on it, and as we all have. But Johnny's been doing a lot of work with the players, so that's the rewards for that. So delighted, you know. Listen, we go into every game with some ideas. Every team does, but when you see it come off as good as that, and as important as that first goal was massive, it just shows you how important they can be.
Bruno, another goal for him today for Manchester United. I think everyone's running out of superlatives of how important he is to the club, but just sum up his contribution that you've seen of him over the years here.
Yeah, listen, it would take a long time to sum it up. I think he's offered the club so much for the time he's been here since he walked through the door. You know, and he played different roles for us today. He ended up on the left and scored his goal off the left. And when we changed things around a little bit, and he's a team player. You know, he gives so much to the group. He's got big moments in him. We know that the quality he has, and he cares a lot about the football club and the team. And I think that's clear to see.
Another 3 points towards your goal of achieving Champions League football next season. Just as a group, how much of an advantage do you feel it is that you haven't got the other competitions as a distraction in Europe, for example?
Yeah, it kind of works both ways sometimes. You know, we obviously play Tuesday and then we've got a bit of a gap going to Everton, so we got to manage the rhythm of the games as much as anything. Sometimes the rhythm of games can help, sometimes when it gets a bit heavy it can hinder you. So I think we just got to take it what's in front of us. You know, we got another big game Tuesday night, West Ham, and then kind of regroup and rest and recover and sharpen up, ready for the one after that.
And I know you keep saying not to get too carried away, but you can hear it in Old Trafford today. You can hear that the fans understandably are getting very excited with the work you're doing here.
I think, you know, to get excited and carried away as a supporter, that's exactly where you should be. You know, it's why they come to support us, to dream and to get carried away. So and they should be hopefully leaving the stadium in really good spirits. You know, and looking forward to coming back. That's our job, to provide that. So to be in a position to be able to do that today and in the last few weeks has been great, and we got to keep building on that.
Well done today. Thank you.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, 9 points above West Ham. Are they getting drawn into this fight, Joel?
Oh God, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to talk about. But I suppose this is not new. This happened last season as well. But I feel like they'll undoubtedly have enough quality not to get dragged into it. But it's about keeping 11 men on the pitch and being in the games and putting more points on the board, because you don't want those questions being asked. Simple as that.
Because there's 2 wins in 16 now in the Premier League. No wins this year.